What's happening, good people? Welcome to the channel. I'm Wes, aka Mr. Budget Watch, and today we are going to be doing a comparison. So what we're doing is something a little bit different. We're going to be comparing a small micro brand, which is the mass Irukandji, versus a larger micro brand, which is the Phoibos. So one of them comes from Australia, the other I believe is Singapore based. So this is the Voyager V2. It has been superseded by the V3, but I don't have hands-on one with one of those just yet. Maybe that might change, but I don't know. But for now I just thought we'll just do a little comparison, just comparing sort of which is better value, a small or a larger. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be starting off with the design, and this is purely subjective. You might prefer the Phoibos or you might prefer the mass. It's all down to personal taste and preference. I've given a slight win to the Phoibos, and there is one reason for that. I just absolutely love that dial, and that's one thing I don't like about the version 3. They've ditched the dial and gone for something a little bit more plain and uninteresting. I don't know why they've done that, because this to me is probably one of the best selling features of this watch, is that sort of textured dial with the sunburst. But they've gone for something a little bit more plain, and the colours are really nice, don't get me wrong, but I do prefer the dial on this one. But there's a lot of other things to like about the version 3 over this one, so it swings and roundabouts. So anyway, the mass, very, very beautiful. Love the case profile, the shape of it. It's really unique and organic looking, and I love the orange and black. Tons of colours for this one, and I think this was available in a lot of colours but isn't easy to get hold of anymore. I got mine off eBay, and this one was obviously provided for review, but yeah, purely subjective. I personally prefer this one, but yeah, this one is a very, very close, well, half a point behind. Build and finishing is, again, a little bit sort of similar again. Both are very, very well made. We're just talking about the watch case. Bracelet we'll cover separately. So we're taking a look at the Phoibos again first. You can see, we've got 316L throughout. The other reason why I've knocked half a point off is the sides. Polished. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of polishing, especially on dive watches. On some watches I don't mind it as much, but on a dive watch I want brushed sides, because it's just more durable and more hard wearing than high polish. Now the version 3 did fix that and it is now brushed, but version 2 for some reason they had it polished. But yeah, it's still really, really nice, really solid, robust, really, really good, solid bezel. I mean, the action and the noise is just so nice, really grip hair, and you're not going to knock this by accident. Rock solid, lines up perfect, really, really well done. Then we get to the mass, again, really solid and well put together. Better finishing though, we've got brushing and it is vertical, and it's just so nice. Bezel, different, but still, again, really nice. Solid, touch of back play. But yeah, very, very nice. Again, really nice feeling grip on the edge. So yeah, both really, really solid and put together watches. This one, I've get a little bit extra because I preferred the, the finishing and, it just really flows well. And it's really, really well built. Case backs as well, really nice on both. So we've got the jellyfish on this one, and then we've got the octopus on this one. Both again really well executed. So yeah, both score very highly in this one. I'll just give the edge to the mass because I did knock quite a bit off for the polishing, even though the bezel is better, so that did bring it back up a little bit, which is why it's so close. Next one is Bracelet, and I've actually give the edge to the Phoibos, and there is one reason for that. I actually kind of prefer this style as well, with these sort of 5-link. Really, really nice, well done. High polish at the sides, it's just pretty typical. Polished centres, brushed outers, really, really nice. Polished sides again, and it's screw links, solid end links. Like it's not a fully milled clasp, it's like this half milled, really solid milled outer clasp though. Again, really solid and well put together. So yeah, like that bracelet. This one I also like. I do prefer that that one is fitted though, whereas this one you can see it's got a flat end link. But I do like the finishing on this one. You can see, you know, it's brushed and then polished outer. Really solid again, but the only thing I didn't really like, I didn't get on with, is the double screw system that they use. I much prefer how Phoibos have done it with just a single screw. So much easier to adjust than this one. The clasp is also really good on this one as well. Milled, and you get tons of micro adjust. Absolutely tons of it. Really nicely brushed and thing as well, and the flow's really nice. So both are really good. It's just this one I couldn't get on with the sizing, whereas this one is a little bit easier. So, and I also do prefer the styling of this one a little bit more as well. So anyway, let's move on to comfort, and it's a close one, but again the Phoibos edged it. It just wears a little bit better on my slim wrist. You can see all the wrist shots and stuff from the reviews of both of these. But yeah, this one just wears a little bit better. The profile of the case just fits a little bit nicer. It's also a little bit more compact as well, which is better for my slim wrist. And yeah, the bracelet just conforms ever so slightly better as well. This is still very comfortable in its own right too. Again, it's got a really unique shape, nice downturn lugs, and it does wear very nice. It's just the Phoibos is ever so slightly more comfortable. So now we're going to get on to Lume, and actually it's a win for the Phoibos again. The Lume is just a little bit better done. It's brighter, it's stronger, it lasts a little bit longer. The mass, you know, it's okay. It's not the best Lume I've ever seen. It's probably one of the weak points of this watch. Whereas on the Phoibos it's quite strong. So the points, you know, it's different. I've scored the mass 6 and the Phoibos 7.5. It's not the best Lume I've ever seen, but for the price point it's pretty good. And this one it could be a little bit better. So moving on to the movement, and both are using a Seiko NH35. This has got a 6 o'clock window. This has got a 3 o'clock. I like the symmetry on this one a little bit more compared to this one, but you know, that's just a personal preference. The only reason why I've scored one higher than the other is this one is regulated. So this one is more accurate out of the box than the Phoibos, and that's a really nice personal touch. Well, an extra touch that you get from mass and you know, small micro brands. They just got that little extra mile and do stuff like that. But yeah, really nice that, you know, it comes a little bit more accurate out of the box. It's still, you know, really reliable, still robust movement, but again, just a little bit more accurate. So that's why it scores a little bit better in the movement department. So now I'm going to get on to water resistance, and it's a slight win again for the Phoibos. So this has a claimed 300 meters, whereas the mass is 200. So both of these will be absolutely fine for, you know, if you're taking it in the shower, if it's raining, dips in the pool, and swimming, you know, that's what you do in a pool. Anyway, so for swimming, and probably, you know, light snorkeling as well, both would be fine. Deep diving, that's a different story. But yeah, both have got really good water resistance. This is just slightly claimed higher, but again, I don't know whether either have been tested at that depth, so, you know, take that as you will. They're just, you know, suggested depth ratings. Availability wise, you're looking mass for this one, Phoibos for this, and I'm not sure if you can buy Phoibos anywhere else apart from Phoibos and eBay, and the same again with mass. I think it's direct from mass or eBay. I'm not sure if there's any other retailers that actually carry these, so that's why I've given them both, you know, halfway, because I mean, obviously they're easy to get a hold of, but there's not a wide places of you know, you can actually pick them up from, so that's why that one. Moving on to brand, and this one is again a little bit sort of hard to judge. I mean, Mass as a brand is really great. It's owned by Matthew and his son Tate. Really nice personal touch you get from small micro brands, which means, you know, it does score well. But Phoibos have, you know, obviously a bigger budget. They've, you know, got a bigger brand awareness, I'm guessing, because obviously they've got more to get their name out there. And I think that's why, you know, more people will have heard of Phoibos than they will of Mass. Now, don't get me wrong, Mass, really great company as well. I'm such a great guy to work with and to talk to. But yeah, Phoibos, you know, they've just, again, they're a bigger thing. Yes, you lose that sort of personal touch you get with a really smaller Microbrand where you actually deal with the person that owns it. Phoibos, you're likely to not get in touch with the owner, you're more likely to get in touch with someone who works for the owner, so you do lose that little personal touch. But then again, you know, that does have its advantages as well, because obviously you get things like a more robust warranty and stuff like that. So it swings and roundabouts, but both score really well, because again, you get that personal touch, and then you get your pros from that one as well. So it's very, very close again. Now we're going to talk price, and it's actually a dead heat. Both of these are incredible value for money. The Phoibos, I'll pop the price up on screen now, what it was, because you can't actually buy these brand new anymore. I got mine used off eBay. The mass is still available to this day, and you can buy it no problem whatsoever. And it is incredible value as well. Well, both are really, really great value. This is just a great value because it's a great watch, and it's got a lot going for it. This is great value because not only do you get a bracelet, you also get a strap and a watch roll as well, which really does enhance the overall package. So yeah, they're both good value in different ways. And well, the winner today is the Phoibos. Not by much, but it does take the win. You know, Lume, design, and everything does edge it a little bit, the brand also a little bit, so it's not a massive win, but it does take the victory today. And it is overall the slightly better watch. You get better water resistance, it's a little bit more comfortable for me, but again, you know, if another person compared these watches, things might be a little bit different. So whichever one you go for, both are really good. It's just this one is a little bit better for me, and I do personally prefer it, even though I do really love this watch as well. You can kind of love both, but yeah, if you're looking at just figures, the Phoibos does win. Do you agree? Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads, and of course follow me on social media at Mr. Budget Watch. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.